Jackie was 8 when she first learned that silence could be safer than truth. Her mother, Jaylin, was the kind of woman who dazzled strangers and destroyed softness. She wore charm like perfume, strong, intoxicating, and impossible to ignore. But behind closed doors, Jaylin's love came with conditions. Jackie had to earn it, smile for it, shrink for it. If Jackie cried, Jaylin called her dramatic. If Jackie questioned, Jaylin called her disrespectful. If Jackie succeeded, Jaylin found a way to make it about herself. Jackie's world became a tightrope of emotional survival. She learned early in life to deal with and notice signs of covert narcissism, what she refers to as the ultimate silent treatment. She also learned how to read Jaylin's moods like weather patterns, when to speak, when to vanish, when to pretend everything was fine. Her voice, once bright and curious, grew quieter, not because she had nothing to say, but because she knew no one would listen. At school, Jackie was praised for being polite, mature, composed. At home, she was punished for being too sensitive. She began to write a secret journal, scribbling her confusion into spiral notebooks. She found drawing and painting very relaxing and got into art therapy at the local community center. She felt that it would be best to keep it a secret, so wearing a mask and a wig as cover-up would help Jackie to feel safe. But sometimes guilt would manage to overwhelm her to over-explain when asked by the group coordinator why she would wear a wig to the group. She often wondered why love felt like fear. Why did her mother's hugs feel like traps? As Jackie grew into a young woman, she began to learn through keeping a journal, going to support grievance counseling, reading a few books, and psychological research studies on the subject. She found out that grooming was a huge part of the gaslighting technique when someone is experiencing covert narcissism by a family member, friend, coworker, or romantic partner. Jackie began to tear up at the memory of feeling like she had to keep it a secret from her mother and other family members that she sought help and support by attending a support group in disguise. As Jackie glances over at her oil paintings, arts and crafts lying on a table next to her office desk, the aroma of the paint causes a memory of her mother, Jaylin, to flood back. "Why are you always so dramatic, Jackie? You're embarrassing me." Her mother's words didn't come with yelling, but with ice. That kind of cold that makes you question your worth before you even know what worth is. Jackie's little 8-year-old voice replies, "I just wanted to show you my drawing." Just as suddenly, Jackie snapped into reality by the sound of her daughter Jocelyn's voice. "Mom, what do you think of my drawing?" "I just drew it this morning and just wanted to show you." "Mom, are you okay?" With a warm smile, Jackie reached out to take Jocelyn's drawing. "You snuck up on me, honey. I didn't even hear you come in. Let's see what you have there." "Wow, I love it. I'm so proud of you." Now, as Jackie thinks of her own children, Jocelyn and James, she realizes just how easy that the pain of family secrets can be passed on if not healed. Then one day, Jackie stumbled across an article online. It was about trauma bonding, a term she'd never heard of before. The piece described how victims of narcissistic abuse often feel emotionally tethered to their abusers, even when the relationship is toxic. Jackie read the words repeatedly. Trauma bonding is not love, it's survival disguised as loyalty. She cried, not because she was broken, but because she finally had a name for the ache. That night, Jackie didn't write in her journal. She wrote a letter to herself instead. "You are not crazy. What you've experienced is crazy. You are not dramatic. You are surviving something no child should have to." As she closes her journal, Jackie smiles as she starts to give herself permission to become a fierce protector of her peace, learning to say no, to walk away, and to honor her own needs without guilt. Jackie falls asleep thinking about all she must be grateful for. Her children, James and Jocelyn, the ability to take care of them and raise them, learning how to become resilient, resourceful, and build from nothing. Regardless of her experiences of narcissism, Jackie is humbled by the experience and celebrates her deep capacity to read emotional cues, hold space for others, and offer compassion that's both intuitive and profound. In an indirect way, Jackie realizes that the relationship with her mother, Jaylin, has taught her the value of having these traits. Jackie allows herself to cry with joy as she also realizes that her ancestors are a great source of strength for her and her children. And so, the silence began, not as submission, but as strategy. Jackie stopped explaining herself to Jaylin. She stopped chasing approval. She started listening to her own voice again. It was faint, but it was hers. So, what do you take away from Jackie's story? There are a few things to take away. Jackie's story reminds us that silence, when chosen intentionally, can be a form of self-respect. It's not about shutting down, it's about tuning in. Survivors don't owe explanations to those who weaponize their vulnerability. They owe themselves peace. You are not alone. Jackie's story mirrors thousands of others. Perhaps it also mirrors your story. The pain is real, but so is the possibility of transformation. Your voice matters. Even if it was silenced in childhood, it can roar in adulthood. Silence isn't weakness, it's wisdom. Healing is revolutionary. Every boundary you set, every truth you speak, every journal entry you write, it's a rebellion to find your voice again by writing about the generational harm. You are not crazy. Toxic relationships often do feel crazy. You are surviving something no child should have to. Let this story be a mirror, a map, and a mantra. You are worthy of love that doesn't require shrinking. You are worthy of peace that doesn't come with conditions. And you are worthy of a life that feels like yours. If you enjoyed this story, then be sure to like, share, and select the next video for more episodes.